Hello everyone, and I'm so sorry for this little overcrowding. We tried and we thought we had succeeded with the group, but it seems there's some glitch somewhere. Swati is still trying, so if there are any friends, please tell them to log in and try again. There is a possibility that they might be able to get in.
Profession, and now my newfound hobby, I decided to marry the wood. My architecture, it started becoming more sensitive to the organic patterns of nature and the elements and principles which I had relearned. And my floral designs started exploring ways and means of incorporating the geometric rhythms of structure and, more importantly, new techniques of creating these structures. So I noticed that most of the floral designs, they were using an iron structure, which was then being masked with some plant material. So while these structures, they have their advantages, they also have some disadvantages. Firstly, the weight. Many a time, and especially for minimalist design, such a heavy structure is not needed. Secondly, they cannot be dismantled easily, and nor can they be arranged, somewhere around the house, and you have no option but to keep stacking them in your store. And all floral designers know that their store suddenly starts shrinking. There seems to be no place in it at all. And thirdly, like this is my personal feeling, that covering the metal with some plant material sometimes takes away from the design. So I decided to address these issues and create a lightweight dismantleable structure using jute sticks and copper wire. Now, jute sticks. So this is what we call part kati commonly over here. They are light, they are rigid, and they're highly brittle. So they can break easily. And they cannot take any load. They are useless for making structures. And they can be used, but as an accessory for floral design.
I was on some wireless speakers, earphones, but then I'm going in for the good old wired one. Now, like I said, this jute stick, it can break easily and it can't take load. But then on the other hand, copper wire, it's strong, it will not break. But it's very malleable. Like if you twist it, you just again can't make a structure because it's so malleable, it'll just not take a form. But then, if I run a copper wire through the hollow of a jute stick, I can create a very strong structure. So this is the principle of my design, which I have used in creating this lightweight structure. And now I'm going to share my screen. Give me a moment. So can you see the screen? I want one response from someone.
Yes, Monica, we can see you. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sharing my design with this structure, which I created for our Pushpa competition. The class title was Celestial Splendor. Now the structure, it may look complicated, but it's just built up using multiple triangular forms and one single copper wire running through. So are you thinking that can you see the triangles? So it's basically using triangles, breaking up a structure into small triangular forms. Now let's say when you start making a structure, conceive initially your design as an origami structure made up of small triangular surfaces. And initially start with a basic, simple geometric design. Break it into small triangular surfaces and then build up. Create these as terrariums to place, let's say, on your corner table or a centerpiece. And then you can add flowers, you can add foliage, you can do it up with dry material or just the naked structure. It's plant material. Now, when you start feeling a little more adventurous, try a suspended himeli. This is also structural with the jute sticks. And you can use it, let's say, in the corner of your balcony or brighten up any corner. Again, remember, these structures are very lightweight. So, wherever you have the base, especially if you're suspending, add some weights. So then, it'll really stay there and it won't, sort of move with the breeze. And then slowly you can even try out this little chair to decorate your children's room. I have, arranged it with this mother-baby panda duo, which my husband gifted me when we got to know that we are going to be parents. It's an very old toy of mine. And now let me move from this geometric to the parametric. So what does parametric mean? Parametric refers to those organic forms in nature, which we floral designers love. And architects, they are now using these forms and they use complicated algorithms to calculate and simulate these polygonal meshes. So basically, we must understand it as a polygonal mesh. It's my request that when you start first experimenting, try to stick to the triangle because it becomes really secure and solid, and you can break up whichever idea or whichever form you have in your mind easily into these triangular surfaces. And I'm going to demonstrate now how to model one such mesh. And so I'm going to stop this share and again request for a moment to set back my screen so that I'm going into speaker view. Oh, someone else is coming in the speaker view. Okay, I'm going to set up so that I can show you. Can you see my work table now a little more clearly? Yeah, I think so. Now, is this fully clear? I think it needs a little more adjustment. This earphone is giving me a little trouble. Okay, so I did create a structure. This is my end result. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show how to make this. So I'm showing you the end piece right away so that we know how we begin and how we move forward. Now, it's not a geometric structure. What I did was I create this concept in my mind and then I start building up. But then what I've done to explain better is to break it up into small parts. So normally if I would have used one single wire, what happens is that the structure becomes extremely sturdy. But for the purpose of today's demo, I'm going to show it into several pieces of wire. So first, of course, we start with the base. So this is the base. Base is always, for me, the triangle. And I suggest that when you start building this up, you start with the base as a triangle. It's really sturdy, and take it preferably with some bigger, thicker sticks because it gives you a lot of strength at the base. Remember, the material is extremely lightweight. I'm using 18 gauge copper wire here, and normally a copper wire of around 18 to 20 gauge is good because it's just about the size which can go through the jute hollow, and also it becomes strong. Now remember, we can use it other wires. It's not just that we use copper wire. The reason I prefer copper wire is, firstly, it does not let you down. It's really strong. It doesn't break. Unlike, aluminum wires or the commonly used florist's wire, which may snap when you're taking such a long structure through with a wire. It may, let you down. But the copper wire, it holds through, which is why we use it for electric wires, etc., and all that. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to now join with this the next set of pieces which I have created. So now we are going to join the vertices of these pieces. And also remember, when you're working with wire, to work on one of those surfaces which you're not going to damage, because the wire is going to scratch around and it may damage the surface. And as designers, we don't want that also happening in the houses of people. So be careful. And now what happens is, sometimes when you make the structure initially, these joints may look a little clumsy, but then spend a little time and rectify them. And now, actually, I have numbered them for my convenience so that I can do it. So I am checking out.
குமரன் சார், ஆஷிகா ஜாயின் பண்ணிருக்காங்க சார்.
And always remember, we are going to join from one vertex of the triangle to the next vertex. So this is how we are now moving on, creating one structure.
Good afternoon, Ashika.
Unmute yourself. Monica, unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm saying, so here the structure is ready, and I hope I can bring it a little closer for you all to see how it's done. And if you have any questions or queries, so then I'm here to help.
So anyone who has any questions, please write in the chat box so that I can put it in front of Monica. No questions, Monica. Well explained.
So that was like a really short demo. So everyone seems to have, so I expect that everyone will be making a lot of these structures and sending me the pictures now.
Okay, so Monica, they said how you pass the wire.
So the wire is, so this is a jute stick. It's a hollow. And you just have to pass the wire through, and we can join as many pieces as we like. Then we can start creating the shapes. Pass one more piece of some sticks, smaller one.
Yeah, Swati.
So I can, put it in. I think the wire, this is a bit small than for this. Give it longer wire. So see the basic triangle structure, and that's how you make the triangles and you keep joining till you get your structure. So like right now I'm joining 3 pieces. Like I showed you the first one, how I had made the base. And then here you create a corner. And so it will take a little time, but once you get adjusted to this structure, it's so easy to build up. You can most make anything. So see, the corners should come in, and a little bit of the wire. So if you cut it neatly, this is the stick I broke, so it's not looking so good. But then if the corners, the wire must show. And that means you can make any structure. Because you see, just past the chair that we made. Yeah, that. So, if you can always open this up and use it anywhere. But here, we've done a little more work. So we've sharpened the edges. And once you've done that, you've sealed it, then the design is done. Like you cannot dismantle and you cannot alter it. So when you're first building up the design, don't do that. Keep the structure open, show it. So I know traditionally floral designers are a little bit apprehensive about showing their structure and their mechanics, but I would recommend highly that don't be scared, and naked structure is extremely truthful and it's really beautiful. So you can expose it because there's a lot of beauty if you do it correctly, if you do it, not as a, means of just masking or hiding, but as a means of being part of the design. So remember, the structure must be a part of the design and not be something which is just merely supporting the design. So I think that's what's important to me for a structure in the design. It should be a part of it. You must understand both how they work together. So that's for me there. And if you finish the edges well and you do it beautifully, they look very nice. And copper is anyway a lovely color. In many of the pieces which we make, bring that Himeli, open it up. We love to paint them, spray paint the Oasis copper color. And so if we paint it the copper color and it just has the copper wire, it all looks really good together. And some of these structures are big, so I already put them in a, presentation so that you could see them on the full screen. Anything else? So, are there any other questions? Pooja?
Did you unmute yourself? 1 minute. Please unmute everybody.
There's a button, she'll cover this.
Hi, Monica. So this was lovely. There are many comments coming up as thank you, very interesting. But there are a couple of more questions I would like to address which have come up at on the chat screen. So one question is, can we use the copper wire which is used for electrical purposes, or they can have to use a particular wire for this structure?
No, it's it's not for electrical purposes. Copper is used for a lot of purposes, but my preference is to use the 18 or the 20 gauge. 18 is a good gauge. It's around 1 millimeter thick.
Okay.
So it's a good gauge for the jute sticks that we get here. So if we use, and copper is really good, but we can use any wire. We can use the ordinary florist wire. We can use the aluminium wire. We can use most any wire. And let's say, you know, if you're making it with jute sticks, you could also be making it with any other hollow material.
Hollow material.
Yeah, and you could also use fish wire in that case. But the disadvantage that I feel in using fish wire is that you can't control the structure when you're designing it. You can't build it up because, you know, it just falls down till the last minute. So unless you have a great way of supporting it or you know what you're going to do in the end, fish wire becomes a little difficult for that case. But otherwise, it's so beautifully transparent, etc. Right. And there's one more thing I forgot to mention, if I'm remembering them all late, is that this work is extremely good for women because, you know, the jute stick, it's so fragile, it's so light. You know, if a lot of men handle it, they pull the wire at the corner so tight that the jute stick breaks. The copper wire doesn't break. So the jute stick edges start getting brittle. They start, you know, showing some rough edges. But if you use just the light strength, just the edge to edge bending happens, you get a beautiful structure and you don't need to use too much strength to make it.
Okay, thank you so much, Monica. And also there's a question wherein someone wants to know that how do we decide on the size of the base if you're making any structure?
It totally depends.
Actually, depends on the structure.
On the size of the structure. You could most make any structure with it. And so I think we need a whole different session to understand balance of the parametric, you know, because what happens is, so I'll just get this structure back, which I just created. Now you can see it can balance on any of the triangles. Like, of course, my design was from this one. Let me again change the screen angle. So it's been designed to be on this base. But let's say I want to place it like this, you know, I can most do it.
Right.
So it's not that I just have to stick to one thing as a base. It's just that my idea of design and I need to change it. I need to change my design. Now I'm on a third base. I'm on 2 triangles here. So you can see the flexibility of this structure it's providing you in creating a design, because even while you're working on the design, you can keep shifting that, you know, oh, I'm not wanting to work like this. I'm going to work like this. I've almost forgotten where I started. Yeah.
Right. So they have, everyone has gone, you know, bonkers over this structure, I think, and they all want to know whether they get jute sticks online now. You've created a stir wherein everybody wants to procure these jute sticks. We know it's very readily available in Calcutta at Newmarket, but seeing the current situation, they all want it online on Amazon. And I doubt.
Monica, there's one more question.
Yeah.
So the saying, like, when you put the jute sticks to create a structure, do you just keep on putting in, like, make a straight line and then go and give your dimension to the design, or is it how?
So the design, it has to be understood that the design is not based on line. The design is based on surfaces. So in your mind, the triangular surface that you are breaking this design into, or the surface into, has to be in your mind, like you would do with an origami structure. So the origami structures or the origami design is based on triangular surfaces and not on just the lines. What you do see in a structure are the lines, but let's say I cover up any of these surfaces with something, whichever filler I want, whether I use weave or whether I use, so like I have used a weave on these two surfaces. So I have delineated my surface, which was a part of this structure. When we created the structure, we saw the line, but after we finish the design, we shall be able to see the surface. Is the whole aim of this structure and this design. So that end view has to be there in your mind, which is why I say that you start with a simple geometric structure. Because you see, if you start with a parametric structure, it will become, the whole two concepts of creating a new design as well as a new technique will become difficult to handle. But if you start with a simple geometric design, you will understand it so well within the first 5 minutes that you will move on to creating the parametric.
Okay.
So,
another question. Yes.
Yeah.
How do we polish the edges? There's one question. How do we sharpen the edges, and how do we create those edges which you had created?
Okay. Oh, the corner chamfer.
Yeah.
Okay. So first, give me two jute sticks and one knife. And also create one chamfer where two of them are joined.
And what I actually also want to know, like suppose the way you made your parametrical design, like you start with making a triangle, and then if you want to add in the corners, you can keep adding them. Is it the way that is how you do it?
Exactly. You first make the base. And to be fair, I sometimes even start from somewhere in the middle and then build the base as well as the top. Because you see, so that's it. Okay. So what I need to do is cut the jute stick at 45 degrees.
Okay.
Okay. And once I've done that and I run my wire through, I will be finishing them like this.
Yeah.
Can you bring it to
Monica, right on the center of the screen, please.
So there are two. And if I join them,
yeah.
So I will be creating the perfect joint. But this perfect joint, once it's done, then you cannot, redo a structure, because you may want it to be going up or going down. Once you've determined that this is going to be my structure, you may open it out, again do the edges and then put it together. Yeah, it's a little bit of work, but not so much. We do far more work for other things.
And what is the difference between a single long wire structure and one made up of smaller parts, because both look sturdy?
Yeah, but then they are not so sturdy. So you understand that the single copper wire, actually what you're doing, when you're creating the balance in the structure, your wire is actually just moving through. So now the whole thing is giving support to each other. It's not going to break in between. The copper wire is not going to break. And the pieces of jute are giving it that rigidity. They are linking from point to point. They're linking from point to point, and they're not going to break. So the single wire gives a lot of strength. And you know what happens is these structures are lightweight. So if you try to put in an oasis or a heavy flower in it, it may not take. But if you have a very sturdy structure running through it, then you can put considerable amount of weight, but not too much again. It's not like one of those heavy structures. No, go in for the iron structure then.
Yeah. So Valerie has said,
one question which has been sent is that have you used only one big long wire for the entire structure?
Yeah, this is the one I asked right now.
Yeah, for my competitive exhibit, Celestial Splendor, I use one wire. Now what happens is, let me show you the numbered one. Yeah, this one. So listen, I have numbered this. It's like 1, 2. So I go, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I go this way. 1, 2, 3. I climb up. 4, 5.
So you need to make the
6,
design first. So
7.
you have to draw
Oh,
the
no,
design.
you don't need to. You can just keep working and it will come together. You need to try it first time with a geometric structure and you will be able to. Now what happens is when this wire is running through, can you understand? I can even run it through a second time in through the structure and continue it. So it becomes very strong at the end of the day. But if I break it up into small pieces and join it, then those will move around a bit. And of course, there is the great neatness issue which comes in and which was also there. But then if we work a little hard, we can get past it and it really comes out well, I assure you.
And there's one question from Valerie. She's saying that you're creating patterns upon each triangle within the design.
Yes, I am. I use these as surfaces. I don't use this as a triangle. In my mind, I'm seeing it as, you know, as let's say an organic structure which has shaped, let's say a crumpled up surface. I look at it like that and I imagine that some of them are surfaces and some of them are lines, and this is the way I work on a design with these structures. So in these structures, the element of line as well as surface remains a predominant feature of the design.
And Monica, there's one request from Valerie. She's saying, I think an instruction sheet on how to go about this will be helpful, and many people would want to see that.
Yeah, I was also thinking that maybe one design, I will put in the measurements of each piece, like there are 29 pieces here, and I actually created the measurements of each, and I had thought that I would string each one in front of you, and I just practiced a little bit before, and I thought it was going to get very difficult to explain it. You know, some things which would be easier, maybe I could put it on a video and on my YouTube channel, or I could just put it on a sheet and put it step by step so that people could build it up little by little. And once they've done it just once, then every one of you will be masters and I'll be left here thinking what more to do.
So then all the triangles which they asked is all those jute sticks which you've cut, they're all in 45 degrees?
No, for this design, I haven't. We can even bring our Celestial Splendor design. I think it's downstairs. So see on this design, let's see this one. Show any of the design. So I have not cut the edges. I have made them
so this
join.
is normal cutting.
Okay. Yeah, because that normal cutting is really good tool to help you build up a design. It keeps the flexibility up. But the moment you do the edging, then those are for more rigid designs. So like this one. So when I did create this one with the edges, yeah, I have that too. Let me just get it.
So, okay, one more thing, Monica, the chair which you have created in this design and the one which is just giving a weaving look, like the back seat. So how do you have attached that? Like you stuck them or it's all wired?
No, those are stuck. That's just a filler of the strap of a surface.
Yeah, so this part, the vertical lines, the back of the chair looks like.
Yeah, that's just a filler. I mean, I could have done anything. I could have woven a leaf. I could have done anything. I could have put in woven wire into it.
So they're asking you've just stuck them right now with
just stuck them. Yeah, just stuck them neatly, put them together. Hopefully my work is neat here. I'm very worried. I am speaking to many of my teachers and masters. I may be getting some minus points for my neatness. Just pass the chair with the edges, which was, we didn't do, that one. So I actually put in a lot of different models to show the differences, and then I realized, so now you see the difference, you know? Now, you see, the moment the edge is here, so this for an interior or for something like that looks like a chair. So it's about your mind is seeing. To me, it's a structure, but this, it doesn't. So that is a whole issue. So which is why I redid that with the cut edges, so that you know that the edges can be finished and it will give you, a different look.
Beautiful, Monica. We all loved your session.
Beautiful. So we will wait for that instruction sheet wherein you explain
Yes.
one structure step by step. I think it will really benefit our members and all those watching us today.
I will
Any
do
more
that.
questions from
Definitely,
anybody, please?
I will post it very soon. So would you
Yeah.
like it on like a step by step, or would you like
Yes,
it like a video?
a step by step would be great, I think.
Because there's Monica today, a lot of people who are not able to attend your demo because
There was some technical glitch from our end regarding the FB Live. So we could not post to FB Live, but don't worry, we have this session recorded, and soon everybody who missed this session would be able to get a recording of the same.
so you can get the juice sticks anywhere. In Floral Shop will also have a lot of these juice sticks. So I hope everybody enjoyed the session. It was very nice, Monica. Thank you so much for
Thank
creating
you.
such amazing and wonderful designs for all of us and taking out time from your busy schedule.
And everybody also wants to know how do we place our flowers on this. So I think the ones which you have already made or used it with flowers, some images, if you share with us, would be helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you,
Kavit.
Pushpa Bitan, and thank you, such a lovely audience from all over the world. I'm overwhelmed.
Yes, you're getting a lot of compliments, Monica.
Everyone is waiting for your step-by-step explanations.
And they all said excellent and lovely, and they found the structure stunning. So it's been really amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
Pooja, I think you can unmute Auntie if she would like to say
Just 1
something.
minute.
Thank you, Monica. And you were getting nervous for no reason, because you just nailed it, as anybody would say, in the language of today. And we all are so happy that you shared both the kinds, the one with the mistake and the one without the mistake. You know that what goes wrong and how we can correct it also. And it would be a very nice thing if if people would like, they can send a request and we could have an online hands-on workshop with you, creating a small chair or something, where you give the measurements from before and the number of jute sticks. We keep it ready and we assemble it in front of you, and then you can supervise it. And that we can do at a later session. It will be like one of our paid workshop sessions where you register online and then we let you in. So I think Swati and Pooja are hearing, and I'm sure they can set it up at a convenient, which is convenient for you and for them.